Hey everyone, welcome to the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends. My name is Scott Schweitzer. I am the Clydesdale. I am your host. We love to do fitness, and these are my friends. We need to do a huge shout out to RX Mark here. The Open is coming in 10 days. No, less than that, 7 days, 8 days. I don't know. I've lost count. The Open's coming soon. You're going to need that jump rope as one of the events, and one of the required pieces of equipment is a jump rope. Don't forget to use our code Clydesdale15, all caps, at checkout to get your brand new jump rope for the Open and get 15% off while you're doing it. There's other codes out there. They're not all 15%. So make sure you get the full 15% by using our code.
I gave that code out to 2 people this week.
Awesome. Yeah, because you don't use it yourself, so you might as well give it to others.
Right, just share the generous like that.
And we're also that hashtag road to 1,000 for the RX Mark Year giveaway. The next time we hit the century mark with YouTube subscribers at our channel, Clydesdale Fitness and Friends, we will give away an RX Mark Year jump rope. And Dave Newman has promised that there will be extra gifts given for that winner as well. So make sure your account is public, subscribe to our channel, and you have a chance to win a brand new RX Mark Year jump rope. Well, before we get started, I have traveled to Pennsylvania, my hometown, to hang out with my mom this week. And so she is like our biggest fan, and she watches every episode. She gives me a critique every day after to let me know how to get better. But I wanted just to bring her on for a second and introduce her to the audience because I get to hang with my mama this week. So just got to get on camera. She's being shy.
Hi, Sherry.
And there's Mama Schweitzer. And
Mama Schweitzer is the reason that I don't curse as much as I normally would. So thank you for keeping me in line.
She said Mama Schweitzer is the reason she doesn't curse as much as she would.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I wanted to show Amy my shirt though.
Let's see.
It's
Yeah.
Dr. Seuss, the cat
It's
in the hat.
Dr. Seuss's birthday, right? Yeah. Nice. Love it.
So my mom works at the local elementary school,
Yeah.
and they had Dr. Seuss Day today.
All week.
Yep.
So-
Right.
So she was all geared up. So, well, thank you for jumping on.
All right.
And
Bye.
Bye, Sherry.
Hi.
and we'll get into the news. So not much happened this week. The CrossFit Games got a new title sponsor, and that is Noble. It is a 3-year contract for apparel, title sponsorship, and footwear. However, the same rules apply as did in 19 and 20, that the competitors can wear whatever footwear they feel comfortable in, and basically stay with their contracts with whoever is sponsoring them. Any initial thoughts before we kind of deep dive into this Noble thing? Because there are a lot of rumblings around this decision.
Yes. I mean, we should just get into it, right?
Okay. Well, I was letting you guys kind of lead this to start the foray into the ramblings, but I've seen a lot.
Yeah. So funny thing. Somebody posted on I belong to a bunch of groups on Facebook, right? I belong to like a master's group, probably 17,000 affiliate owners groups, women in barbells and lifting mamas, all these different groups. And I mute most of them, but the master's one I usually stay close to. And I felt safe enough in that one to sort of bring up the fact. I think I said something like, I hope this move elevates or forces Noble to make a better shoe, is what I said. And coming from sort of the judges world, where we often get free footwear when we judge a competition, and knowing that Noble was the title sponsor for Wadapalooza last year, I can't tell you how many stories, and I wasn't there, but I can't tell you how many stories from, my crew of people that I've judged with in the past complaining about how uncomfortable the shoes were for just standing around. So I can't imagine, how comfortable they are or not. But I got so much crap for that post. I shouldn't say so much crap, but I got the most pushback from people in that group saying, oh, I love my Nobles. Oh, I love my Nobles. And I was like, good, I'm glad you love your Nobles. That's great. I said, I didn't say I hated mine. I just said, I hope this elevates, it gets them to step up their game. But then if you look at any other post that's out there publicly, specifically like the Make WODs Great Again, I mean, people are crapping all over this brand. And it kind of makes me sad a little bit. I'm very excited about the fact that it's a brand that started because of CrossFit, and it's very organic to our space. And it's, if any of those brands give a crap about the sport, it's Noble. So I like the fact that that's who they went with to sort of form this partnership. But I will say that there are a lot of concerns from consumers when it comes to knowing that they are the title sponsor. And we can, probably spend an hour talking about that, but I'll shut up now.
Yeah, a couple of the rumblings I've heard are that one of the points against Noble is that their stuff is never in stock. And now you're the title sponsor. Now you're getting all this publicity. Are you going to be able to ramp up production to meet the demand of people who will want your shoes and your apparel? Which I think is a legit issue, because I know at our gym, there are people that tried to get Nobles and they were sold out a lot. The other issue that I have seen come up, and, I am a Clydesdale, I am a bigger athlete, and I belong to some forums of people of that extended plus sized make. And they say that all the Noble stuff runs small, and a lot of their shirts and pants only come to a large. There's not even an XL, not to mention a 2X or a 3X. And so if you're going to join CrossFit, who's trying this diversity and inclusion thing, you're excluding a major part of the space with those sizes.
I think Athena said something about that on her post, didn't she? Yeah, I didn't know if there was a reply, but the one positive thing I will say though about Nobles as far as their product is I think they have a wide selection, meaning, sorry, I shouldn't say wide, a large selection, meaning they have a lot of different colors and looks and styles to it compared to, I would say, to some of the other shoes that come out with new shoes every year. They have more variety, I think.
Yeah, like types of shoes, right?
Yeah.
They have a CrossFit running shoe, they have a CrossFit trainer, they have a canvas trainer, they have a high top.
A lifter.
A lifter, yeah. I've heard great things about their lifters. I have a pair of their knit runners. Their knit runners are amazing, super comfortable. I have had their canvas trainers in the past, and they are okay for coaching. I wouldn't train in them. I've had a pair of their other trainers, like the normal ones that are, come in all the different colors. And those, I don't love. I don't think they're comfortable. But again, I have a certain kind of foot, and everybody, it's kind of like, you like white chocolate or milk chocolate. Yeah. Like it's just a preference. The stock thing's an issue. The size thing's absolutely an issue. I've heard a lot of rumblings about their customer service isn't the greatest. I've had experience with their customer service, and I haven't had anything but good experiences with their customer service. But yeah, I find a lot of their stuff's out of stock too. I just got to cash in like a gift card that I got for like $150, and I got a pair of socks, a shirt, and a pair of canvas trainers. I returned the canvas trainers because they were different from the canvas trainers I had before, and they were not comfortable on my foot. And then since I got a credit for that, I just got two more. I got the new CrossFit t-shirt because,
nice.
And a couple other like tank tops.
Yeah,
we'll see. I mean,
one of the other things that was brought up, and this, we don't know, this is speculation at this point, but they are kind of known for muted colors, where their logo is like gray on black. And so what Sean and Tommy wanted, like Sean particularly said, they hope that they have new color waves, because seeing all gray, white, and black out on the field will make it impossible to call the sport. Because of the mutedness of what they have. And that was one thing.
They did just come out with that neon
Yeah, I was
coming
gonna
away.
say, I mean, yeah, I've
I think
seen,
I think he was talking about sort of like their classic branding. Their classic branding is pretty muted, you know, their original stuff. But yeah, they're gonna definitely have to come out with some new things. The other thing I heard was lack of brick and mortar stores, right? There aren't many brick and mortars where you can go and try these things on. And I think there's some issues with some international deliveries. But again, I live in the United States, so I haven't experienced that at all. So we'll see. So yeah, I mean, they have a lot of work to do, and clearly, you know, the public has spoken loud and clear about the things that they need to do. And I think if any of these positive changes were going to happen to the brand, they had to partner with CrossFit for it to happen. So let's just like celebrate the hopefulness of the future, and you know, give them some time to figure it out and see what happens.
I think
People
for
are losing their
CrossFit,
ever loving minds about it, which is just makes me laugh a little. But
go ahead,
yeah, I
Charlie.
mean, for CrossFit, it is. I mean, it's a company that it's going to be their flagship. I mean, if they'd have gone with Nike, it'd have been just another thing. It kind of seemed like that was part of Reebok's deal. You know, Adidas is soccer. You know, you don't associate those brands with a CrossFit. And I think with Noble, they're not making a soccer shoe, and they're not making, you know, and they have some of the best athletes under their umbrella already. You know, why not take that to the next level with CrossFit? So I think that's, you know, I think they'll grow together. I mean, even if you look at, you know, there's a lot of talk about, is Rogue going to do it? You know, Rogue's in the powerlifting space. They're in, you know, they're making desks, they're making all kinds of stuff. Where Noble's, you know, it can be just with CrossFit. So on a business aspect, I think it's a good move.
yeah, I just wish from a PR perspective, because let's face it, CrossFit has a reputation of not being great at some PR announcements that they make. It seems like they make sort of half-baked announcements, and then they wait for the masses to sort of pick it apart. And it's almost as if they do it on purpose to sort of get advice from all this feedback and then move forward with like a little more tactical maneuvers based on that feedback. I just wish for once that someone would just come, be transparent and say, look, hey, I know we haven't come out with a new shoe since we started. I know that, you know, we struggle with expanded sizes. I know we don't have a ton of brick and mortar. Like, we're working on it. This is part of our plan, and we are going to get better. And we are making a commitment to the CrossFit community to get there. Just give us some time. And I don't understand why being a little bit honest and vulnerable is like such a non-existent thing with brands these days. It's just, It drives me crazy.
Well, and it's been noted on different forums as well that Reebok did not have extended sizes when they started with CrossFit. They didn't have swimsuits, which Noble will have to figure out, either partnering with someone or coming up with that as apparel for the games. And you all and I both know that this probably wasn't a 1 week contract signing. This has probably been in the works for months, and they're already working at trying to make these changes. Right. But now that the announcement's made, they're just being crushed by all the comments.
Yeah. And maybe that's a good thing. Like, maybe they do that on purpose. You know, maybe that's the genius PR mind behind this. That's saying like, hey, let's go out with this and like, watch how many people are going to be talking about us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Evil genius. Who knows? We'll see.
All right. Well, let's move on to another piece of great news. And that is that Chandler Smith has decided who he's training with. And that is our great friend, Ben Bergeron, up in New England with ComTrain. With Samuel Quant and Amanda Barnhart and Katrin and Cole Sager. So he has made that decision official. We thought that's the route he was going to go, but he has now made that official. And since he's been there's been a lot of more selfies coming out than there was before, and he seems to be adding some fun and energy to the environment.
Yeah, I think we knew. it also coincided, his announcement coincided with his retirement from the armed forces. So he's been a lot more, active and vocal on social media, which has been fun because he's just such a cool guy.
Yes, he's
He
got
is.
great
I can't-
energy.
Yeah. Do I wish he went somewhere else? Maybe. But, I can't fault him for making that decision. And I hope it's the best decision that he's made because I think all of us just want to see him succeed.
When it seems like, and there's nothing official with this, that he is hooking up with Nike in some way. But I'm betting when he was with the Army, he couldn't have those endorsements.
Mhm.
And so now you're going to see some kind of endorsements coming his way, but it seems as though he's pretty tight with the Nike folks. So it's going to be interesting to see if that comes to fruition or because he's going to get a shoe deal from somebody. Like he's just too charismatic. He's too
You
good
don't
of
think
an
it'll be
athlete.
Noble being where he's at?
Isn't Ben a Noble guy?
Yes.
But isn't like Amanda just signed with Reebok, right?
And Cole Sager's Nike.
Yeah.
Is he still?
Yes.
I don't know that that alliance has that much traction anymore, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
And Noble seems to be, I mean, other than Sam Dancer, like their pride and joy is the women's side of the sport. But
Yeah.
I mean, all the money was Brooke, Katrin, Tia.
Yeah.
And, making movies and all that stuff about them. So, but yeah,
Speaking
so
of
good
which-
luck. What's that, Charlie?
Speaking of which, James Newberry is on Proven.
Yeah, I did see that. And they hired a coach specifically for Australian athletes.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't remember his name specifically, but he will be working with James Newberry.
I wonder if that means
Amy and
other
I-
Australian athletes will be hopping on board.
Yeah, Amy and I will be our Australian cohorts.
Yes,
Go
we
check
will.
it out.
Yes, we will.
So yeah, that was big news too, that James is going over there. The next thing I have is Masters Fitness Collective. We talk about that a lot on our show because Kat especially, but I was there last year, but Kat is really connected with that group that is running Masters Fitness Collective. In fact, she is helping drum up volunteers, and we announced that on this show before.
Yeah.
But they have made a huge announcement that one, they are now affiliated with CrossFit, and two, they are expanding what they are offering to the athletes this year. They have added a new age group, 30 to 34.
Mm-hmm.
They are adding a Thursday kind of kickoff event that will be for all ages, not just masters. And it's kind of like what they do at Wadapalooza. And then there'll be a liftoff to kind of end the night, I think. And please correct me, Kat, if I say any of this.
Yeah, there's going to be a liftoff and there's going to be a 2-person team cannon brawl style workout competition. And that is going to be open to volunteers and just anybody and everybody. So it's going to be super fun. Yeah, things will kick off on Thursday with then the traditional masters age groups, including that 30 to 34, starting on Friday.
And the other big announcement that came out of this was that Loudon Live is partnering with the Masters Fitness Collective. So they're bringing their juice behind it. And I mean, I have to say it was one of the most fun weekends I had in my volunteer years of experience. The people were awesome. The masters are so cool. They're there to have fun. It's just a good environment to be around. It's a cool community event. And it's really awesome that Masters Fitness Collective has worked so hard to get the CrossFit affiliation, the Loudon Live support, and the expansion of this to make it even a bigger and better event than it was last year.
Yeah, and they're also working with the Filthy 150 to allow winners of, I believe it's winners of the Master Fitness Collective will qualify into the Filthy 150. So it'll give those athletes an opportunity to go to Ireland and compete there as well. And there'll be some synergies back and forth between that over the years.
Yeah.
Where is it held?
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay, I didn't know if that was no matter what. Okay.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's
Fort
gonna
Wayne,
be that-
Indiana. And it's Labor Day weekend. And also there was something else I was trying to think of. And they do a great job because it's all over the city. They used the baseball stadium last year, which was a really cool event. It'll be really fun if they have spectators this year to be able to watch. They did the max snatch out in the outfield of the stadium above the bleachers on the cement. And it just was a cool backdrop for a 1 rep max snatch.
Yep, it's gonna
So-
be awesome. Yeah, we'll drop
And-
the link in for volunteers too on this one if we can, because we need
Okay.
volunteers.
Yeah, you sent me that the other night, so I will put that
Yep.
in.
Awesome.
And awesome. And I will definitely be there. I know Kat will definitely be there. So come have some fun with us.
Yep, and we'll make this a recurring subject as we get more details.
So my boy Charlie came up with a subject for tonight, and I think it's his goal to do all of these next week. But CrossFit came out with 7 new girl workouts, and Charlie's going to complete them all next week and let us know how it goes.
Your
Not till,
buddy.
not till you fix your back.
This is open
It's all-
prep. Isn't that open
That's
prep?
all
for
mental.
Charlie?
That's open prep. You do 3 a day till the open. And then
So-
you see how you live.
Yeah. So I sent them all to you. We can go through them, but I want you guys to think about what is the one you want to try. And so the first one is Gretel. It's 10 rounds for time of 3 clean and jerks, 135.95, and 3 burpees over the bar. That is a doggone sprint. There
I
is
mean,
Ingrid.
only if you make it a sprint.
I think it's designed to be a sprint.
that
Ingrid
one's-
is 10
That's my
rounds.
favorite, just so you know.
Well, we'll get to that after I read them.
Oh, sorry.
Don't jump the gun. Ingrid, 10 rounds for time of 3 snatches at 135.95 and burpees over the bar. So it's kind of your Grace Isabel done as Gretel and Ingrid with burpees over the bar. Then you have Barbara Ann, which is 5 rounds for time of 20 handstand pushups, 30 deadlifts at 135.95, 40 sit-ups, 50 double unders, 3-minute rest, 5 rounds for time. Lila, 4 time 10-to-1 muscle ups and body weight clean and jerks. Yeah, body weight clean and jerks is not a game for me. I'm losing weight, but not enough. Ellen, 3 rounds for time, 20 burpees, 21 dumbbell snatches, 50-35, single dumbbell, and then 12 dumbbell thrusters, 50-35, dual dumbbells. So you got to switch from single to double in the middle of that one. Then you have Andy, 4 time, 100 hang power snatches, 65-45, 100 push presses, 65-45, 100 sumo deadlift high pulls, 65-45, and 100 front squats, 65-45. Then Lane, 5 rounds for max reps of 3/4 body weight hang power snatches, handstand push-ups, and then rest is needed between rounds.
Yeah, the body weight ones I'm not loving.
Who's
Right
who's
now.
got a favorite?
Me. I have
What you
2
got?
favorites. I would do Andy and then Barbara Ann.
Barbara Ann.
The handstand push-ups, deadlifts, sit-ups, and double unders. You know why? Built-in rest. 3 minutes of rest between rounds. I'm
Yeah,
very
that
motivated to get through something when I know there's rest involved.
Yeah.
That built-in
You should've
rest
went
will
with
go
Lane.
very fast.
Lane is rest as needed. I need a day to rest. I'm going to rest for a day.
So you,
It's a long
Charlie, you're making
workout.
that a week-long event?
Hey,
One
it's
round
as
a day?
needed. It's the same as for quality.
Kat, you still
Yeah,
picking?
I would say Gretel, maybe Ellen. Ellen doesn't look too terrible. The burpees, the dumbbell snatches, and the thrusters.
Thrusters. You lost me.
Yeah, see, I like all that nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, with a healthy back, it would either be Gretel or Andy. But I know Andy's going to hurt.
Mhm.
Like those front squats are going to be miserable. It's only 65 pounds, but it's going to be terrible.
On Andy?
They're all gonna hurt.
Yeah.
I like Andy just because it's one time through though. It's kind of
Yeah.
nice to just chip away.
Yeah, it's 100 of everything, but it's only one time
I
through.
picked Ellen because it
doesn't
was only
bother me.
3 rounds.
Doesn't bother me.
Your grip's going to be shot on Andy too.
The
Mhm.
sumo deadlift high pull will suck just because that's awkward with that amount of weight.
That weight, yeah.
Yeah.
And how do you? Oh, because you got. Oh, so I guess you have to. I guess you have to put plates on the bar.
Yeah.
Is Lila ring or bar?
I'm
My
sure
first.
ring because
I'm
it
sure
doesn't
ring
say
because it
bar.
doesn't say, yeah.
So I'm out.
Hmm.
Plus his body weight.
Oh, I love it. Let's go.
What are you weighing right now, Charlie? Because you could probably kill
My
that.
205.
You're 205.
I wish. Probably 170.
Yeah, like you could kill that.
Right. I think that's the one.
Those 10 muscle ups at the beginning will hurt.
Yeah.
But
And then the 9 after that.
And then the 8.
yeah. Yeah, that builds quickly.
Hell, that last one is gonna be like, oh God.
All right. So any other comments about the girls?
Yeah.
Hey girls.
I like it. I mean, I
I think
do.
one's. No, I don't want to jump topics, but do we think one's going to show up in the open?
Ooh.
When I was kind of researching what they were, I thought, why would they release them now,
No.
right before the
luckily-
open,
It can't be Ellen, so that's good.
or a quarterfinal event?
Mm.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. Like I could see that. Well, you couldn't do body weight stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, like shoot,
Well, the
those
other
first two would be good ones.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Gretel and Ingrid.
Yeah.
Barbara Ann could be one.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Andy.
And that
Andy's
dumbbell
like,
one.
we talked about how the open's probably going to be lightweight, high reps because it's got to be accessible for everybody.
Yeah.
Ellen's a good one too, because it's dumbbell. Well, they said you only need
No,
one
yeah.
dumbbell.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I'm glad we don't have to worry
Mm.
about those thrusters
All right.
with
Or the muscle
2
ups.
dumbbells.
All right. So now we're hitting the crew updates for the week. And we'll start with the nutrition challenge. You guys got your points?
I do.
So I'll go first. I have 25 points for the week.
Jump.
If I could just sleep.
Mhm. I've got 24.
Mm.
Ooh.
I know. Here's why. Because
gained a
I went
point.
out of town. Hey, speaking of Schweitzer, did you count your eating out on?
I did.
Okay, just making sure. That's why my points are lower, because I was traveling to take my niece somewhere, and so I had to eat non-prepared food.
I'm at 23 this week. Yeah. Well, my dad was still here. We did a few nights out to eat. We did some alcohol. My sleep was pretty good. I think I was like 6 for 7 on sleep. Maybe, well, no, I think it was like 5 for 7 on sleep. Got my veggies in, got all my workouts in. I worked out 6 days last week because I knew some of the other stuff was going to be a
Yeah.
problem. So that's okay. We'll be back next week. It's
Yeah.
cumulative, Amy. We're good.
You're right.
We're
You're right.
fine.
You're right.
Except for my 27.
Baloney.
Huh?
I'm gonna check your sleep. I'm gonna check that chip I've placed in your house.
You check my sleep, and you
Yeah.
can check my potatoes.
So I think this is the first week we've actually won during this
Yes.
challenge. And we end at the open, right? Or the end of the open.
Beginning of the
end of
open.
the
So that
Beginning-
last, yeah,
So
we've-
it's next.
we have one more week. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, this week and next week, 2 more weeks.
On.
Yeah, look out. I'm eating veggies and I'm sleeping and
Yeah.
I'm not drinking alcohol and I'm not going out. So
How's nutrition going overall?
Good. I just went to Trader Joe's to pick up some new good stuff. So that's good. I'm excited to try some different stuff. They have cauliflower gnocchi.
ooh,
So I'm going to try that. Guess where I saw it? TikTok, where I get all my
Wow.
great ideas.
Oh,
Yeah, mine's
do you
going
hear
well.
do you guys hear the howling?
I do
by
now.
myself.
Nope.
I'm by
Yeah.
myself right now. No one's in the house and my dogs are upstairs and all 3 of them are full on howling.
Yeah, I hear it now. There's probably somebody trying to break into your house like an axe murderer.
And here I am in the basement.
You listen to too many crime stories.
That's funny. I've heard that they do that every once in a while, but I haven't heard them do it in a while. That's funny. I'm cutting right now. I'm on a cut. I haven't been on a cut in a while, so it's going okay. Can't complain. Just switching up my numbers a little bit, switching up my macros, getting a little more sleep than usual, trying to work out a little bit more than usual, see what happens.
Yeah, I brought a
You're
whole
cutting.
Aldi bag full of groceries to my mom's house, and my mom is supporting me she's eating like me for the week.
Nice.
So that's really cool. And yeah, we got chicken out ready to go as soon as we're done with the podcast, and going to keep it going this week. Going to do some body weight stuff here because I've actually been in a really good groove with working out, getting some stuff in. Boy, am I out of shape, but I feel good. It's going well. I snatched yesterday for the first time in a very long time. My back was a little bit sore, but I knew I was going to be coming here and not have a barbell for a week. So it was a good time to get that over with and then come and do some more body weight stuff here. So
Very cool.
my mom is whispering that she has a barbell here.
Oh, great.
But yeah, so that's going well. And then my leg update is great this week. The skin split last week into my wound into 3 pieces, and 2 of the pieces are almost closed today, with one little one left after that. So they're hoping within a month I will be totally healed, both legs.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah, let's go.
as Kat always says, is it a coincidence that my nutrition has been spot on and my
Right.
legs are healing super, super fast? I think not.
Yeah, that's the coolest part of it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, my doctor actually used the words, "We're working with jet fuel now."
Yeah, yeah. He's not lying.
Charlie, any updates?
Oh yeah. So my nutrition has to step up because I have a bet with a 7-year-old son.
Yeah, they know.
Oh,
Well, let's hear
Did I
it.
miss
Let's
that?
hear your version of it.
my version is he called me out and he's a little punk. So I have to show him that you can get abs in 8 weeks. So I called Kerry Pierce in, calling all the big guns in. I'm drinking 7 gallons of water a day, and we're going to get there. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be very angry, probably a lot, but that's fine.
You're going to drown if you drink 7 gallons of water.
I was
a
going to
day.
say, so crunches and water, that's all it takes? Crunches and water?
Wait, have you seen Aquaman?
Okay, true.
Okay, exactly. How many gallons of water do you think Aquaman drinks a day? Swimming with the fish. Exactly.
Oh boy, that's my partner.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
So I went to the doctor last week and my vitamin D has been low for like the last 2 years. I think it's supposed to be somewhere between like 30 and 50. And 2 years ago it was at 19. and she's like, you need to, supplement with vitamin D. So I did, but not very religiously. So now I'm up to like 21. And she said, if it's low again, we're probably going to have to do a bone density test on you because you run the risk of having osteoporosis. And I was like, really? Do you think my bone density is low? So here's 2 examples of why that test will be a waste of money for me. Last Friday, I fell on black ice. My entire body went down on this one hand in front of me, and I did not hurt myself at all. Like, my wrist wasn't sore. I didn't feel any pain, and I'm tipping the scales these days. Like, that did not hurt. Second thing is, I was doing a heavy push jerk on Saturday, and like they teach you in self-defense when you're trying to kill someone with the butt of your hand up their nose, my barbell landed right here, full force up on my nose, and I did not break my nose. So bone density is not an issue for me, I don't think. Now, I'm still taking my vitamin D more religiously now, and I will get tested again in the fall. But unless that bone density test is 100% free, I'm not wasting my money. That's all I gotta say about that.
So your bone density may be great, but we need to work on your grace and your elegance when you're walking
Exactly.
and
problem.
using a barbell.
Yeah. She's like, if you fall, if your bone density is not good and you fall, you run the risk of like breaking a hip or something. And I was like, do you know what I do? Like, you too, Amy, like anybody that does CrossFit with any kind of regularity at our age, I'm not worried about their bone density whatsoever. Not even a little bit. She has no idea, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah. And your nose doesn't look too black and blue today.
No, it's not too bad. Right around there. I still, like, I have allergies and I'm constantly like going like this with my nose. And like, I'm reminded every time I do that I probably shouldn't do that. So we'll see.
And
luckily I
Amy's,
had some dental work today. So luckily that is all, the numbness has worn off and my face is sort of somewhat straight.
and Amy's camera has her hair red again this week.
I know,
It's
it looks
just
really
the
good.
space. I know.
I like it.
It's not. I mean, I do have a red tint to my hair, but this is not.
Yeah.
This is not.
I'm getting my grays covered up on Friday. It'll be the first time I've been to the hairdresser in probably 18 months.
You haven't dyed it this whole time?
Nope. No, I have a little like eyeshadowy powder thing that I cover because I literally am just gray, like right here. And I woke up, I washed my hair last night. I woke up this morning and I had like this streak. I looked like who's Halle Berry from the Avengers
Storm.
or whatever. Not nearly as beautiful as she is, but the hair reminded me of that. So yeah, it's time.
Any family updates?
Yeah, I had one.
Ooh.
Miss Natalie made the varsity lacrosse team, and she was
Whoop, whoop.
super stoked about this because last year she was a freshman and only had one scrimmage game for her whole season. So that was it. And then, so she came in this year and there were tryouts, and it was JV or varsity, or you could be a bubble player, which means you're on JV, but you make, but you play some varsity. But she made the varsity team and was super happy. She said she was disappointed at first because she said, but it's for a position I'm not very confident in. And I was like, well, then even better. If you made it on a position you're not confident in, that means that you did really well. So
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
That's so
awesome.
cool for her.
And not being on the bubble is good because then you're sitting around waiting like, which game am I going to go on?
Yeah.
What's my schedule? And yeah, that's kind of a pain. Good for her.
Yeah.
Very cool. We just started tryouts for spring sports yesterday. So my daughter's trying out for softball. We'll see how she does. Braden's a captain of the baseball team.
Yeah.
So that's a foregone. So yeah, we shall see.
Yeah, this is the first time we're leaving our daughter home alone for a week.
Shut up. Is it?
Yeah.
And she's only like going on 20.
Yeah. Well,
She's
I mean,
fine.
like she was in college. Like,
Right.
I'm not worried about like her living through the week, but it's like the first time we've trusted her to like take care of the house and all that kind of stuff while we're gone.
Did you count the number of rolls of toilet paper that you have?
No.
Because
Oh.
that's the telltale sign if she has a party, you know, like you count the rolls of
Oh.
toilet paper, and if there's like 15 that are gone when you get back, then you know she had a party.
I counted the liquor
So I
cabinet.
got caught.
I can just go randomly stop by if you need me to.
You could?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, Charlie, let's go.
Just go in the front door and say, party.
Yeah.
Who
Where's the party at? Here we are.
are these old people?
So the only other update I have, and it's not really family, is I did a podcast that was released this week with a friend of, I'm friends with his mom. She hangs out with my best friend, Brent Sprinks, and his wife, Nicole. Her name is Chrissy and her son is Ryan. And I got a chance to do it. And the only reason I'm kind of touting it on here is it kind of went in a different direction than other things that I've done, and really talked a lot about mental health and how that's something I've really had to overcome to get to where I am today. And it just was done in a different vein. And so I've gotten a lot of good feedback on it because I'm starting to be more open about what I've gone through the last couple of years. And so this kind of explains all that. And with that, I want to say, the last couple of years have been pretty rough for me. And I do want to thank all three of you because you are so important to me. And you are the best support staff, cheerleading team that any guy could want. And I appreciate you all so much because, last summer and fall was pretty dark for me. And really this podcast is what kind of got me through it, and you people. And so I'm just happy that you are all my friends. I love you all to death. And I just want to publicly thank you for getting me through that. And now that I'm seeking help and doing things differently, and I'm much more happy, and now I can enjoy the fruits of all of that and enjoy my friends much more.
Yeah, that's awesome. We're happy for you. What's the name of that podcast, Scott? So people
It
can
is
check it out.
Danley and Friends.
DANLEY.
That is correct.
Yeah, it's a great conversation. Like I texted you too, and I heard that you were on, and his little synopsis at the beginning is sort of everything I already knew about you, kind of. And so I was kind of like, oh man, like I want something different. And I listened, and I was like, oh man, this is different.
Yeah.
This is very different. So I was pleasantly surprised. It was really good conversation.
Yeah, he definitely took it in a different direction, and I was glad for it because it gave me an opportunity to say some things that I felt were missed, like in the CrossFit documentary, and that were missed on some other things.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, okay, we can move on now to our silly questions. And so the first one comes from Kat, because I was brain fogged today. And it is, what reality show would you want to be on? And let's go Amy, Charlie, Kat, me.
I would like to be on TLC's What Not to Wear because for a lot of reasons. Number one, I literally hate to go shopping for clothes. I hate it. All I want to do is buy workout clothes. I don't want to wear regular clothes or try them on. So I want somebody to just get rid of my closet, pick out what they think looks good on me. I'm sure it will look good, and be done with it. And then I'll get a makeover too if they want to. That's fine.
Is Stacy London still the host of
I don't
that?
even know if it's still on, but I was just like trying to think of ones that I would
What was the
actually
guy's
be on.
name? What's the guy's name? Is Stacy and Preston? I don't know. Yeah, those two are
Yeah.
funny. I love
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten all about it.
Charlie?
I'm gonna say Beastmasters. It's a show that we've been watching on Netflix. That's basically it's American Gladiators, Spartan Race, Wipeout all together. But it's international, so there's a lot of different countries that are involved. Just try out your fitness, see if you can do it. A lot of upper body strength stuff, no leg stuff, so I'm all good.
There you go. Charlie's prison workout.
That's right.
Kat?
Oh, I thought I was last.
I said I was last, but I can
Oh,
go if
sorry.
you want.
Yeah, you go.
Okay, so it's funny because my mom is sitting across from the table from me and she's writing notes down and answering the questions. And her choice was the same as mine. And it is The Amazing Race. I get a chance to see the world and compete and beat all those whiners who can't get along during the thing. It's actually probably my favorite reality show that I watch, and I just love it. Get a chance to bungee jump, skydive, all that kind of stuff would be. Now my mom's saying no, she doesn't want to go now. But anyway, so that's mine. Amazing Race.
We won't put you on the spot and ask you who of this three would be your partner.
Oh,
I don't
man.
want the girls to feel bad, so you don't have to answer that.
Hey, I won Travel Buddy Award, so it would obviously be me. I guess it's Amy by default. She didn't say anything.
I just know if I was on Survivor, I would vote myself off.
You know, that's a great question, Charlie.
It
And
is a
we
good
should
question.
probably pose that to everyone. If you were on The Amazing Race, which one of us would you pick to go with?
Hmm.
Sounds like a next week question.
Based on how you guys tell, well, never mind then, I won't answer. Oh, wait. I already know my answer.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
Okay.
so mine's going to surprise you. And not because I really think the show is amazing or anything, but I would love to have a month or so of exercise and meals prepared for me. So I'm going to go with The Biggest Loser. Because my girlfriends and I talk all the time about how we want to go away for 3 weeks to some spa where you can't get ice cream and cookies and you can just get healthy food and you can hike and there's, you can get body work done and you can sign up for exercise classes and just sort of just really decompress and be away from everything. And I think, as crappy as I think some of those things are run, I think it would be fun, to be honest.
All right. Those were all great ones. And I'm still thinking about who I would take on The Amazing Race. But the next question is, all right, we are next Thursday is the Open, first Open announcement. And I want to say that we are going to go live Clydesdale After Dark for that Open announcement with reaction to what the workout is, reaction to the announcement, how are they doing, all of that kind of stuff. And we have secured a guest for these Open announcements. And he was actually our release just a couple of days ago. Dex Hopkins is going to come on to give tips and tricks on how to attack these Open workouts from someone who has done well enough to qualify for regionals, has been to the games on 2 different teams, but how to look at those events and kind of attack them. So we hope you'll tune in. I'm still trying to decide if it's going to be YouTube only or if we're going to put it on both platforms, but we'll let you know and then up on social media in the next couple days. So what is your prediction for 20.1? Everybody likes to guess. Everybody likes the Castro clues. So let's go Charlie first.
now, are we talking about what movements will be in it or the exact workout?
Exact workout.
I'm going to make
All right. So I'm going to say then a 12-minute AMRAP of dumbbell clean and jerks and burpee box overs.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go next because mine is almost identical to yours. So
Really?
mine is an 8-minute AMRAP of dumbbell snatches and burpee over box.
So like 17.1,
I was about to
Yeah.
say 17.1.
17.1-ish.
Yeah.
I say a 12-minute AMRAP of clean and jerks and double unders.
Barbell, like with a barbell?
Yep, barbell.
That'd be cool.
And an RX rope.
Yep. with your RX Smart Gear jump rope.
Mhm.
Clydesdale
Clydesdale
15.
All caps. I'm going with 7 minutes of burpees and
I-
a snatch ladder.
I totally had that written down, 7 minutes of burpees.
Gross.
I know.
And going right into the snatch ladder. I don't know what year it was. It was before me, 11.1 or 12.1 or something like that, and then 12.2. So yeah, that's my prediction. I
So,
also really hope that they don't repeat a workout. I said that last week, but
so I have to ask, and this just kind of came to my head, is Kokolov, the famous world record holding Olympic lifter, has signed up for the Open. Just does that mean anything to what he thinks the Open's going to be like?
No.
yeah.
Okay, because there is speculation about that as well. That because
Meaning, what do you mean?
that either like he thinks he's good enough to get to the top 10%, and at the quarterfinals it will be heavy Olympic lifting where he could dominate.
Oh, potentially. I mean, I feel like all of us have an opportunity to make it to the next level. You know, as long as we do, if all of us were to do RX workouts the entire time, I don't see why any of us wouldn't qualify for the second piece of that.
Okay. Well, let's talk about next week's guest, and that is E. Church. And I'm going to let Kat kind of describe her for you because.
Yeah. So E came on the scene, I want to say in 2016 or 17. I'll have my notes handy, but she was sort of a standout contestant in the games in the year that she, her rookie year, and did really well. She's got a very interesting career, very interesting home life. She recently competed in High Rocks over the quarantine, which is a little bit of a departure for her. She's got a lot of exciting things coming up in her life that are not necessarily CrossFit related, but are super interesting to learn about. And she was she's a great guest. I've always really liked her, never really got to know her. And she kind of reminds me of when we interviewed Dax, and she talked so much about her partner that, like, I think we're going to have the two of them on for sure. If we get her back. She's got some life things coming up in like the May timeframe, and so she did say that she'd be willing to come back around that time and talk to us about what's going on with her. So yeah, it's a good conversation. I like it a lot.
Really
Big
good.
E fan.
And now we're going to go to Best Thing from the Internet, and I know Amy has to get Natalie to her varsity practice now, so I'm going to let her go first.
Mine was from Saturday Night Live. There was a commercial about women who like to watch murder shows, and it just hit very close to home. And it was like, the husband's like, I'm going out with the guys tonight. Sorry, I have to leave. I'll talk to you later. And she's like, go. And then she's like watching murder shows the whole night. And it's like, yep, that's my life.
I was so about to send you that.
Oh yeah, I had lots of people.
First person I thought. Yeah.
Yep, lots of people send it to me. We can tag it on here if we want to.
All right, Charlie, what's your best thing from the internet? And Amy, if you have to go, we understand.
So I've got, I'm always about the side strange sports. So I've seen, it's called it's Dagon basketball. It's basically a mix of Greco-Roman college wrestling and basketball. So you've got 5 guys. There's no dribbling. They're passing the ball, but you can suplex people. You can basically have a wrestling event, real wrestling, not WWE wrestling. And they try to score baskets like basketball, and it's on a basketball court. So, yeah, I'll have to send you a link. So it's up there with slap fighting. Not quite there yet, but it's close.
Is there padding on the floor?
No. They're all in
Probably-
singlets.
Where do you find this stuff? Like, do you have the weirdest profile on YouTube that like recommended for you? Just they come up with like the craziest stuff to show you.
100%. And I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
Oh my goodness.
Unreal.
All right, Kat, you go.
So I watched an episode of Talking Elite Fitness Podium Picks with Chandler Smith, my favorite wannabe guest who will probably never come on our show, but I hope he does someday. And their topic was famous captains. And so if anyone hasn't seen the show, like I love the way they do their podium picks, and they have like a draft order, and they have to, name all these famous captains. Now, the two captains that did not come up, and I talked to Tommy and said I was disappointed that they didn't come up. One was Captain Grumby, who happens to be the skipper from Gilligan's Island. No one mentioned him. And the other one, I'm really dating myself, is a cartoon character named Captain Caveman. And I don't know if you remember him.
Oh, I remember Captain Caveman.
Rather.
Yeah, exactly, Charlie. So those two were absent from their list. I was very disappointed, but really interesting conversation. Chandler gets into it, and you see his witty sense of humor, and it was a good, fun thing to listen to today.
That's cool. So I'm going to go down the Charlie lane, and my best thing from the internet is a weird sport called street beats.
Oh yeah.
And and what it is basically they set up a ring in somebody's backyard, and it can either be MMA, it can be kickboxing, or it can be boxing. And two opponents go in. They have no business doing any of this stuff. It's just like kids from the neighborhood, but instead of like fighting in the streets, they fight in these octagons in someone's backyard. And the announcer will say, in this corner, we have John Smith. He is 0-2 in Jimmy's backyard. And then over here we have Cal Jordan, and he's 1-1 in Jimmy's backyard. Today's fight will be a kickboxing fight. Are you guys? And people are dressed up in gis and like the Karate Kid bandanas, and then the crazy thing is, like, one guy, you'll look at him and go, there's no way this guy's gonna, and he'll do like a roundhouse kick to the face and knock the guy out in 3 seconds.
It'll be over just like that.
It is so insane.
That's funny.
But yeah. So check it out, Street Beats. Some of the fights are not as exciting as others. You kind of have to sift through them to get the good ones. But yeah, insane that people do this.
Is this a compilation of different Street Beat things, or is there like one kid or one person that's like hosting all of these and filming them?
There's a West Coast, there's an East Coast,
okay.
there's
Wow.
a Canadian, there's
Like it's organized.
oh yeah. Yeah. And then you're trying to like qualify for the world champion Street Beats.
Love it.
It's
Love it.
it's as insane as Russian slap fighting.
If only Kimbo Slice was still alive, he would dominate.
All right. Well, that's our show for tonight. We want to thank RX Mark here one last time. Best jump rope in the business, Clydesdale 15. Make sure you use that code at checkout, all caps. It does not work on new releases and special editions, but everything else it is awesome for 15% off. And we also want you to like, subscribe, and comment to this episode. That is awesome for our algorithm to get us out there a little bit more. We love you guys. We love the comments you leave. It makes our day to read them. And so thank you for those who do that. And with that, we will see you next week on the Clydesdale Fitness and Friends.
Bye. And see ya.